Hello everyone, I'm Rinku Dhiman, working as an assistant professor in Electrical Engineering Department at RPIIT Technical and Medical Campus, Karnal. So today I'm going to discuss transmission lines. So we'll discuss different type of transmission line which are used for the transmission of electrical power from one place to another place. So we will understand what are the different type of lines and what are the different type of cables in this section. So first of all, introduction about the transmission line. So basically the electrical lines which are used to transmit the electrical waves along them are called transmission lines. So generally transmission line are used to transmit the electrical wave or electrical signal from one place to another place. And the theory of the transmission line deals with the propagation medium of electric current that is flow along with your transmission lines. For example, we can say the first one is your telephone message signal, we can say, and the another is electrical power signal. This is the type of signal we transmit from like generation to our utilizer, or we can say the consumer. So the transmission line is a medium between your utilization and generation. So transmission line are assumed to consist of a pair of wire which are uniform throughout the whole length. So basically we used to transmit the power on a three-phase system basically, and a three-phase system four-wire system. Then at the consumer end it is converted into a single-phase system basically. So transmission line consists of a pair of wires and that is uniformly distributed throughout the length of transmission line. The transmission line, like resistance, inductance, capacitance, are not physically separate, unlike the circuit element of the lumped circuit. So, if we consider electrical circuits, and in the same circuit, the three parameters like inductance, resistance, and capacitance are distributed throughout the circuit. Otherwise, in transmission line, it's not like that. In this analysis of transmission line, only steady current and the voltage are considered. Only these two parameters we will consider for the transmission line analysis. Another thing, in the transmission line, the finding of current and voltages at any point along with the length of line with a known voltage continuously applied at one end. So if you want to analyze your current and voltage, you have to supply continuously voltage at the sending end. Another thing, the end to which the voltage is applied is called sending end, and the end which receive that voltage, that is known as the receiving end. So these are the types of transmission line. One is your open wire line, coaxial line, cables, and waveguides. So these are the four mediums we are using for, nowadays for transmission line. So one by one we will discuss all these four with their advantages, disadvantages, and applications. So first of all, open wire lines. Why it is called open wire lines? These lines are parallel conductors open to air, hence these are called wire lines, open wire lines. So as you can see in figure, these wires are generally mounted on the poles. Long towers over there, or single phase supplies given on poles basically. So the conductor are separated by air as the dielectric and mounted on the tower. So dielectric medium is over here air basically. Okay, so we can understand with the example of like power lines. So these lines are our power lines, and similarly telephone lines that is mounted on the basically on our poles. So this is called open wire line. So these have some advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is that less capacitance in comparison to underground cables. So underground cables have a very large capacitance, and in open head transmission lines it's very less. So only we resistance and inductance parameter we will consider. Disadvantage of this is the required of tower and poles basically. Then high initial cost and affected by atmospheric condition, because it is air is dielectric medium we are using, or some atmospheric condition affect the transmission like wind, air, ice, etc. They similarly shorting of flying objects. So birds are basically to sit over their own transmission line, so they make a some short circuit of the line, so maybe short circuit fault will occur over there. So in overhead transmission line and open wire line, the fault is the main reason that we must avoid these kind of transmission in comparison to underground cables. Then cables we will understand. These are underground lines, and telephone cables consist hundred of conductors which are individually insulated with papers. So this is the example of our cable. So we can see over here, here's a number of conductors that is insulated with papers. In electrical transmission, cables have basically 2 or 3 conductors which are insulated with oil, impregnated paper, or solid dielectric material. So we can use 2 kind of insulated material like paper or solid dielectric material in electrical transmission for the cable. So here is the example of electrical transmission of the cable. So this in between this is our conductor, and these are insulations basically. And this is the internal structure of our cable for electrical transmission, we can say that. So we understand that this is internal view of 3-core 33 kV oil filled cable. So oil removing is the main concern in this actually. So here we are with our 3 cores or 3 conductor, we can say the 1, 2 and 3, right? And these are basically made up of aluminum, we can say that. Advantages of using cables are like reduced range of EMF, electromagnetic field emission into the surrounding area. And because the cable is underground, so EMF emission is very less in this in comparison to open wire transmission line. Underground cables poses no hazard to low flying aircraft or to wildlife because they are underground, so no hazard of like birds or wildlife to damage our poles or transmission lines. And the last, much less subject to conductor theft, illegal connections, etc. Now the disadvantage is underground cable is more expensive. So installing the underground cable is more expensive in comparison to overhead transmission line. Another main disadvantage is that in overhead transmission line we can easily locate the fault, or we can clear it in hours, or means we can say. But in underground cable it's very difficult to find out the fault, and it will take much more time in comparison to the overhead transmission line fault clearing, like days or week, we can say. Another type of transmission line is the coaxial lines. As the name suggests, there are 2 conductors which are coaxially placed. One conductor is hollow and another placed coaxially inside the first conductor. So you can see over here, here is the plastic jacket. This is the outer surface of your wire. Then there is a metallic conductor. Okay, then there is a dielectric insulator, and finally here is the center core. So this is the main conductor actually. So it includes basically 4 layers. So 1, 2, 3, 4 layers over there. And this is the internal structure for coaxial cable. Now the dielectric may be solid or gas. So dielectric material used it for like solid or gas, and due to this these lines are used for high voltage level of transmissions. Advantages are low error rates in that case. Coaxial cable shielding reduce noise, as we are providing the dielectric shielding in that, so it will reduce the noise. Disadvantages are more expensive to install in compared to twisted pair cables. So this is the main disadvantage. It's very costly in comparison to our other kind of underground cables. Now the fourth one is the waveguides. These type of transmission lines are used to transmit the electrical wave into micro frequencies. So the waves are transmitted over a micro frequencies levels. Constructionally, we can say that the hollow conductors tubes we are using, which having uniform sections, and the energy is transmitted from inner wall of the tube by the phenomenon of total internal reflection. So we are using over here the internal reflection principle. So we insert some wave in the tube, and it will reflect towards the wall of tube and then transmit over a long distance with the same intensity. So these are the advantages of these kind of wave guides. Fiber optic cables have much greater bandwidth than the metal cables. So earlier three types of cables we have used, so they have more bandwidth, and we can say that low power loss, because all the wave is just acting inside the wall of YouTube tube, we can say that. Since the fiber is dielectric, it does not present a spark hazard, right? And the final optical fiber are difficult to tap. But there are some disadvantages of this optical fiber. Cables are expensive to install but last longer than copper cables. The disadvantage is that like expensive, but we can make a long life use of this in comparison to copper cables. Transmission and optical fiber require repeating at distance interval. So the same thing we can if we are using a optical fiber for a particular distance, so if you want to extend this, then the same level of optical fiber will repeat itself after a distance interval. And then finally, optical fiber require more protection around the cable compared to copper, so they require more protection, or we can say that, or extraordinary protection in comparison to earlier three methods. So this is all about the wave guys and the transmission line types. Thank you very much. Please stay tuned with us for more videos on power system, and please like and subscribe our channel. Thank you.